Hello everyone, welcome back to GoFF 2026. We've come a long way, but we still got a long way to go, so there's a lot to be enjoyed. We have Calista running Metal Gear Solid 3. Take it away.
Hello, I'm Calista. Today I'm running Metal Gear Solid 3 on the European Extreme Difficulty. This is the PC version, the Master Collection version. There are a few things that I can talk about as the run goes on. So I would just count the timer down and explain some things as we go along. So the run starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so Metal Gear Solid 3, the third game of the Solid games, and also my personal favorite when it comes to speedrunning and just playing it gameplay-wise. There is a lot of like tech that we like do in the game, not in the glitch way, but more in the exploiting the enemy AI way. Yeah, so European Extreme, what's so special about it? Basically, the main thing about it is if we get seen, it's game over. We need to restart the whole room from the entire start again. That in combination with the guards having a really far vision and they sway their heads from left to right, so they can see even more, and they can also hear better. Makes it sometimes a nightmare because they're just so aware of their surroundings, but we can also use that to our advantage actually. For example, if we shoot a wall, we can manipulate them so they run away from us, and then they'll like be turned away from us, and they'll face us with their back. And we can just do that. We roll up hills, by the way, because rolling up hills is faster than just walking. And this next room right here will have the first few guards. I will also show off instantly what I meant with the that they are very they will hear the sounds, like right here. We're gonna just shoot at the ground. Back there the guy is like, I hear something. And now he's just checking the ground. He's not even looking at front, he's just looking down. Oh, okay. And that's an example of what can happen if you get seen. Mission fails.
Oh.
Yeah. You just do that all the way again. We're not using a lethal gun right now also. We are using a tranquilizer gun that basically puts them to sleep. On this difficulty, we would need to hit headshots for them to get put to sleep instantly. But if we just shoot them into their body and roll into them, the trank effect sets in instantly. Can show this on this guy again. He won't wake up. This room is interesting. We do a strat here that's called a tiptoe headshot. If we go into first person view, aim our gun, and stand on our toes basically, we will line up for an immediate headshot. Here we trick the guard into calling in an alert or a caution alert, so he wasn't able to see us for a moment. And so this room is a really difficult room. This right here is the last room of the Virtuous mission. We do the tiptoe headshot again, right on the first guard. Up there is another guard. We do 2 rolls here, shoot once, shoot twice, and he will fall asleep. There's one guy up there, we roll into him, and before he can even get up and see us, we're already out of the room. That was basically the first part of the game. That was the Virtuous mission. It's not going on for very long. It's like, what, 4 to 5 minutes, I would just guess. No, it's not entirely over yet. We just need to walk back. It's just from here on out, nothing can really happen anymore. So it's just safe to say that the Virtuous mission is over, and we are then moving into Operation Snake Eater, the title of the game. That's crazy. Just skipping a few cutscenes and going into the cure menu. Because average Monday morning, we've been thrown off a bridge and we broke many of our bones. So we go into the cure menu and do this always same order of cure actions on Snake. And now we are officially out of the Virtuous mission. Make sure to not save. Accidentally pressing yes on saves loses so much time on especially on PC version. The PC version has such bad loading times you wouldn't imagine it. Like when the Master Collection generally came out in the end of 2023, so Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3, but most specifically 2 and 3, they just basically ported the bland PS3 and Xbox 360 version over to PC, and they didn't even upscale the resolution. I'm playing on 720p right now instead of like 1080. And day one modders already made the HD fix to fix the resolution. And Konami couldn't do that in like developing time for some reason. And I'm not using the HD fix because I got so used to the bugs and scuff that the vanilla version has that I actually play worse with the fix. Here we roll over to the right so the guards don't see us. That's a funny little exploit we have here. The guard, normally he would have heard me, but he didn't. And why didn't he hear me? If we hold up any throwable item, it will actually silence our footsteps. And we just abused that in like 2 places throughout the run, and that was one of them. Bedroom can be also a bit tricky. We need to do 2 precise rolls between those trees behind those 2 guards. Didn't get seen, that's a good one. That room can be really annoying. Even saying who is that, they still saw me from all the way back there. And now coming up will be the first boss fight of the game, where the effect of you get seen, it's game over, will still be active. It's the only boss fight where that is still active, because it's not like a traditional boss fight where it's you against one guy with a health bar. It's you against an entire squad that's like rushing you and wants to push you basically. But before that, we grab the most important item of the entire franchise, which is the cardboard box. Really strong item in this game, specifically as well. Okay, Ocelot unit. What is Ocelot unit and why is it so dangerous even? Ocelot unit are like the servants of Ocelot, I would say, and we can manipulate them with sounds and all that. We knock on the door. They're on the opposite side of the wall. There are 2 guards that we can hold off for a little bit longer with the knock. We equip our non-lethal gun. There's a guy there. We need to shoot him twice in the body. There's a rush squad that comes in, throws stun grenades. We can roll into them. That makes them stunned immediately. Go behind this wall. There's an explosive barrel that we can shoot. That does not count as a kill. Guy up on the roof. Distract that guy back there with sounds. All the way back there was a guard. We gave him a headshot, and now again explosive barrel. That was not a kill because it's not we that killed him, it was the explosion. That's the logic of this game. And that was the Ocelot unit. Many moving elements that you have to control. If we would have not knocked on the wall right there or shot the guy at the like very south, the little squad of like the team of like 4 or 5 that was rushing us would have not stopped once. They would have immediately been there, and they would have seen me, and I would have needed to do the fight from the entire start again. So that was a first try. That's a good one. Grabbing some Bullets here for our non-lethal gun. And just swimming through the lake into our very long room. The next room is, if we get detected there at the end, that's like probably a what's like 30-ish seconds time loss. There are some rooms where it's like, it's kind of okay to get detected that far at the end. No, I mean, not at the end. At the end is always bad. There are some rooms that if you get seen, it's fine. This room is one example of if you actually get seen, especially at the end or anywhere, it's a really big time loss. There are some really mean and long rooms. And this one generally gives you like about a second or two of leeway of making mistakes. We shot the electric fence. That made the dog bark. He's on our right. We don't see him right now. And a guard heard the dog bark, so he's walking around this entire mountain to check out why the dog is barking. There was one guy that we distracted with the cardboard box now. He said, what was that? And what he needs to do in order to check out what the box was, he needs to walk around the entire electric fence. And by the time he's there, we're already out of the room. And that was this room. And it happens sometimes that you get seen there somewhere because of you can even be too fast. And that's problematic. There's that guy. We can shoot him with the lethal gun. Oh, okay. Salvage it. I don't know why I messed that up sometimes. Next fight is Ocelot. Actual boss fight now. As the fight starts, we shoot him in the back, we throw a stun grenade to his left, we go into the sitting position. Give him a headshot. We shoot the goat back there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay, that's a bit... Oh. That's a bit unfortunate. Okay, and a headshot. Oh, one more. There we go. Okay, that was a bit tricky. I've spent a lot of time on lining up that one headshot. That was not a good Ocelot fight, if you're gonna be honest. But we still get through it first try, and we lost actually kind of a lot of health. But hey, that's just the things that can happen with the run of European Extreme. It's very easy to die here. Basically the only moments of when we actually lose health is in boss fights, because there's not really a moment where guards will damage us, because if they see us, it's game over anyways, right? Also, this part is some kind of a boss rush. We have the Ocelot unit, then we have like 2 rooms of peace, kinda. Then we have Ocelot, and now we're gonna have the Pain. Very much back to back to back. 3 boss fights, and also the Pain is not to be joked with. We need to headshot him the entire time. And his headshot hitbox is basically just his chin to his nose. Also, he's swaying his head from left to right the entire time. So that fight can be annoying. However, if you've figured out where his head will be at most of the times, this is becoming way less of a problem. Might take a shield. No, he's not. Okay, I was fast enough. That was a really good pain. What makes this also hard is just the entire way of how aiming works in this game, specifically on the PC and Xbox version. On the PlayStation version, aiming in this game works really well. On PC and Xbox, it's like you have to work around some dead zones and all that, I think it was. It's really annoying to find a good way of how do you even aim at any place and how do you even do things correctly. Yeah, we can also use the box to just walk up hills, because that is then slowing faster than rolling up hills. A little bit of a long river section. There are some guards here that look into the river with searchlights. We are not allowed to be inside of the searchlights. We need to be like at the edge of them so they don't see us, like so. It does happen sometimes that the guard at the very end will see you. But once that happens a few times, you kind of just adjust to that and know how to avoid it. So what some people do is they just wait here for a second. What I do is I just swim into the wall with a really steep angle, basically, which slows me down and also makes me a bit less visible. There's the warehouse exterior. I really like this room. This is funny because, one, we have that guy a tiptoe headshot. We explode that barrel. That also damages the end, as we can see in the upper left. And now there's still a guard. He's calling in a caution. We don't want that. So we just go up here, and as we walk, we let this barrel explode. There's this safer strat that you also let that barrel explode when you stand at the entrance of the room. But I think it's cooler and it's also faster to just explode one barrel and then go and do the rest. That's warehouse 1. We do get kind of seen here by the guards. There's like a little bit of... We have like a tiny grace period of when they will actually see us. They're first like, huh? And after that ends, like half a second or so after that, they will actually see us. So we abuse that, and Snake's hitbox in this game is also extremely big. So sometimes it even looks like we're not even onto the guards anymore. But when we roll, we will still knock them away. Going into the lab. This game is also pretty much very mostly glitchless, unlike the remake, where it's where we even have an actual any percent category. There's useful glitches for Metal Gear Solid 3. The original is basically we have the exploit where we can silence our footsteps, which I've showed once already. And a glitch that saves like only 4 seconds or so. That's at the second half of the game. And here we can trick the enemy AI to they see us as a scientist because we have the scientist uniform on. So they're basically saying, hey, wait, what's the scientist doing out here? They should be in the building and working. And if they see you for too long, they will like lock you in the prison that's also in here. And we can reset that timer by going quickly into the box and then out of the box again. And we can do that up to 3 times, because basically when they see a box, it's not like we disappear, it's more of a thing of they see an actual enemy. Even though it's the same big man that's going in and out of the box for like 2 to 3 times. Also, we need to be careful with the scientists because they actually notice that we are not working there. Because they know their co-workers. And they've never seen us before. Now we need to exit the lab. How do we do that? We use again the box. Like this. This is a kind of dangerous thing because the guards won't alert if they see us in the scientist's uniform, but they will alert if they see us in a cardboard box. So the room after the cutscenes is basically going in between the visions of the scientists and the guard, and knowing when it's fine to switch into the cardboard box. Because if you do that too early, the guard will see you. If you do that too late, the scientists will call in an alert for you. And now we equipped ourselves the SIG gas spray and the Patriot, which is a New Game Plus weapon that we can use for the next boss fight, which is the Fear. We also have the Animals camo on. I will explain the use case for that in a bit. Here we fire a loud shot, so we are in a caution state. We shoot that guy twice. He will just fall down right before he sees us. And as we go into this fight, we will have the stun grenades equipped. The Fear is a really funny fight. So there's, well, I guess there's that glitch as well. I forget about this. We lay down and we take the fake death pill. That makes the Fear walk towards us. And when he walks towards us a second time, which is now, we take a revival pill, we throw a stun grenade at the ground, and just shoot him with the Patriot. A very fast shooting weapon that we don't have to reload. And what basically just happened was, if the Fear is stunned, every lethal damage will be converted to non-lethal damage, and that's just what's happening in this fight. Warehouse 2 is a cool room. I like this one. I hope I get it first try. Seemingly. That knocks him out. And now up here. And distracted that guard. Did that first try. That's cool. And that's Warehouse 2. I like Warehouse 2. It's a really cool strat. It's not the strat you would usually learn at first. But it's a bit faster. I personally even think it's a bit easier. Though you can also like see when some people told me that thread is so much harder, and I can see why that's the case for some people. This is this right here is one of the rooms that's one of the longest if you get detected there right at the end, and this is a very easy room to get detected there at the end of it. Speaking of the end, the next boss will be the end, the old sniper god, where casual players, me included of course, took like 30 minutes to get the fight down. Roll into this guard and go. Oh my god, it was close. Almost got seen. Okay, the end. How does the end work? The end will always spawn in the same position. Back there. And we can... 1, 2, 3. 3 headshots can we give him before we move to this location over here. Here we'll stall a little bit of time, do 6 punch-punch-kick combos to stall these about 30 seconds. That's number 4. That's number 5. That's number 6. Now after that, we'll take the Patriot and we'll make a lot of noise. That will make him attack us because he knows where we are. So now he will pretty much always spawn back there. We go close to him. Punch, punch. 6 spray. Punch, punch. Now we hold him up with the Patriot. He's gonna lay his weapon down. As soon as he does that, we 6 spray him again. We throw a stun grenade at his head. Look up so we don't get stunned ourselves. 6 spray 1, 6 spray 2. He will fall over now. He will walk towards us. We'll wait here for him. 1, 2, 1, 2. And that again. Now he will walk backwards again. Oh, he won't. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. Okay, we can salvage that. We can salvage that by just... Oh, come on. Oh, that's... Oh, no, he's completely walking away. Okay. We can get that down. That's just a bit of complications. He did walk into this room. Bit unfortunate. I have to chase after him, honestly. I'm kind of thinking it... Okay, he's shooting from up there. Ah, I can see him. Oh no. Okay, do we have... Oh my god. Oh, this is going really unfortunate right now. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think he went away. Okay, you know what? Do we get stun? We don't. Oh, You know what? We'll do a really slow thing. We'll walk the entire way back real quick. And just take a continue. This is really going bad. Unless he shows up somewhere and hits us hard now. Which might be a thing that can happen. But I hope it's not going to happen, because then we lose a lot of... Then we'll lose lots of resources. Nope. Taking the TNT real quick. And do that again. That's unfortunate. I think this is still kind of... Okay, that actually doesn't change anything. Oh, that's... I'm gonna be honest, this is not going according to any plan. Let me see if I can figure out a thing. Just eating the rabbit. If he, like, shoots down our stamina... If he shoots down our stamina, we will be teleported all the way back to the lab that we originally came from, and we then need to navigate out of there, which will be a bit tricky because we did spend a lot of resources already. I'm trying to see if this works. It does. That's an okay backup, I think. Okay, I'll just throw a smoke grenade back there. That makes him cough. And that's the end. Oh my god, that was... Jesus Christ.
Wow.
So normally that fight goes, what, a minute instead of whatever just happened there. Yeah, and in just a normal speedrun attempt environment, I'll just say it's that would have definitely been a reset. infamous ladder. So yeah, that's like a quiet section there. So if there are any questions about the game, about the run, or infos about the marathon that wants to be shared, you can all do that.
Okay. As everyone knows, they're benefiting the Immune Deficiency Foundation. All of your donations will go straight to them. If you are interested about knowing them, they're just it's a organization that works. The research is on immune deficiency. Immune deficiency is basically your immune system going bye bye. But yeah, very serious disease. So hopefully we get rid of it one day. But yeah, but
Uh,
do you have anything you want to say, like how we got into speedrunning?
no, I just had to check on something. I will share something about this part. A thing that's really annoying me, and I will annoy everyone. I will annoy everybody with that fact. In the upper right, we have the camo count. It's at -5 right now, but it's every second it goes like down a slightly tiny moment for to -3, and it annoys me. And that's one of the facts that I have to tell people because I hate it, and now y'all can't unsee it. So you'll hate it too. You're welcome.
Wow.
That's what I'm here for. Yeah, that's the end of the ladder. We also hear Snake's stomach growl. Because I messed up the end so bad, we'll see how mountains go, because normally the stomach growls are they always go in kind of the same, they go in the same durations basically. And now because I had to eat something manually and I took so much time with the end, I hope that will work. Mountains is a really dangerous area where we want a high camo count, which is a fact that we for now didn't really care much about in the speedrun. So we can see, okay, now not, because I have the box on. But without the box on, the camo count is actually on 35%, 40% if we roll. And for that section, it's really great because this is a really open section. Guards can see us here very easily. Okay, right here. There's a guard that we take out with a tiptoe headshot. If we lean in first person view above or on the sides of a wall, we are actually kind of invisible for the guards. Wait here for a bit, so the guard up there does not hear our stomach. We'll do a trank roll on him and switch to the lethal gun again. So what do we need the lethal gun for? Right. We do not kill anybody. There's a guy back there that wants to call in an alert, but won't be able to. Because we throw a stun at him. MK here. And that was Mountains 2. Mountains 3 has a funny strat that I saw a Japanese runner do that I've adopted since seeing that. There's a guy very much up there. We can just headshot him. Ooh. We can just headshot him so we don't need to deal with him later. It's what made this room specifically the hardest. Just that guy specifically, and now we don't have to take care of him in any way. And that was basically Mountains. Now in a bit, what will be coming up is a boss that is the Fury. The Fury has a lot of RNG, and also what most people do for European Extreme is most people want to take care of not killing anybody. However, I'm not I'm not part of that group. I do something different. I basically improved on a lethal strat that is full game viable and not just useful for IL grinding. And for that, it is best to have the Patriots, or in other words, it's best to have to play in a New Game Plus save file. It's people don't do that because it's difficult, because it's lethal. Um, yeah, and the reason I do it is it's faster, that's one thing. And two, it removes the RNG aspect, or at least the biggest one. It's still hard to get, of course, but if you get it, it's a really fast and good strat. I like it a lot. Because the Fury is really annoying. So how does this work? We turn around as the fight starts. Shoot him down. We equip the knife. Let's see if this works. It does. First try lethal fury, that's it. We make use of the explosive barrels. I was kind of worried that he wouldn't do what he was supposed to do because he ran south, but then he turned north and I knew, okay, he'll charge into that direction. And that's game. That's the strat. Especially when I get it first try, I think it looks and it feels very easy to do that strat, but really believe me, it's not that easy. I've spent so many hours on improving little details about this. We can headshot that guy. There's a guard up there that prioritizes looking at his friend there, other than looking at the walking cardboard box. It's just an everyday life, I guess. Throw a smoke grenade back there. We take the lethal gun for a moment. We're not gonna kill anybody, of course. There's a guy that we can shoot once. We go into a caution. We need to grab Rykov now. Rykov is that guy. We can distract him for a moment. Shoot him again so he goes forward. And now we drag him across the floor to the place where we will steal his clothes, because we need those to infiltrate the enemy base even further. Also behold the one other glitch that we do for the run. Right after I load into this room. Yeah, as I said, the load times on PC are bad. We equip the mask real quick, the officer uniform, so we are Rykov now. Lean against the wall, equip the binoculars, go into the box, and that happens. Yeah, that's it.
Oh wow.
It's not... I mean, look, it saves like 4 seconds. You can do that in this room here again, but I don't because I never get the angle right. And even here it saves like an additional 1.5 to 2 seconds, depending on how fast you set up the glitch. Yes, that's the game so far. We're now getting tortured, so we can't do anything except listen. Yeah, I hope everybody had a good day so far. Yeah. It's a good run so far, except the thing that happened there at the end. Because I'm used to him like running away from me. I'm usually just able to shoot him down before he's leaving the room entirely. So something like this has never happened to me before, at least not in an actual run, and especially not in any marathon setting. It's a bit humbling, but it's okay. We need a little bit of humbling every now and then, I guess.
Yeah.
This is also a part of the game where I would say things are going pretty slow-ish from now on. Like now there's cutscene ends where we're gonna have to escape the cell. Because of course we are in a cell. And it's just kind of slow and not all too interesting gameplay points from then on. We'll have a bike chase part coming up where it's basically just a big auto-scroller, a boss fight or two, and yeah. Torture's gonna be over in a bit. It's always a fun thing hearing this entire cutscene that you can't skip for the 500th time. To a point where you can just at some point speak this entire dialogue with Volgan, and then at some point you feel like you've done it way too much, so why would you even do that? That's over, finally, yay. Okay, how do we get out of here? We grab the fork, there's a rat that we can kick. We use the fork to cure ourselves, and then we spin ourselves 10 times to make Snake throw up. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 and a half. That's almost 11. So now Snake throws up. Oh, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now he should... Yes, okay. So we're grabbing the things that are there. The guard here will open a door because he wants to check up on us, but we will use that window of opportunity to knock him away. We'll loot him real quick. He's grabbing some smoke grenades, and we have the rats in our inventory that we kicked. So right here we're gonna have to do a frame perfect trick, throwing a rat down that distracts the guard with the noise of the rat that we throw. And right here we do the trick again, where we silence our footsteps, and that was the frame perfect room. The Grozny Grad escape is a really... It can be difficult for casual players and all. For the speedrun, it's that first room is annoying to learn. The third and last room, we throw a smoke grenade back there. I think I threw it. No, I threw it perfectly, I think. We've blocked our vision. We get a listen of the coughing dog. I love the coughing dog. It's my favorite sound of the game. It's peak sound design. It's been reached there and it was never reached again. And that's basically the Groznygrad escape. We also have the cigar equipped right now. We want that because we want to have as little health as possible for the next. The next fight isn't really a fight. It's basically just a dream sequence. And to get out of the dream, we need to die as fast as possible. And a good way to do that, of course, is to deplete our health as good as we can, and the cigar is just perfect for that. Just navigating a little labyrinth of stuff, sewers and all that. Before we eventually reunite with Eva, the woman that has been helping us through our infiltration into Groznygrad and all that. Didn't really see her because of course she's only really there in cutscenes. We do see her in a bit though, gameplay wise. Back there is the end of the sewers. And now we are in the fight. That's not a fight. We grab ourselves the rocket launcher and shoot it at our feet. That kills us, of course. But because that's a dream, we take the revival pill that we have used also in the fear boss fight. And that is also the way of progressing the story. And we are just about to get our gear back. There's a waterfall back there that we have to go to. Cool little thing that we can do here is a log jump. We can roll onto this. And away from that, saves like a good, 2 seconds, but if you fail it, it costs you like about 30. Happens to me sometimes. I think it happened like 3 or 4 times. One of the times was even a race, which wasn't really nice. And even despite that, the race was really close. I think only 5 seconds. Here we are behind waterfall. There is a save prompt that we have to press no on. And that's that. We have our camo again. We're Mr. Tiger Stripe. And after we grab another cardboard box, which will be the box B, we used it for fast travel, but when we grab that, we are taking care of the last menu of the entire game. Back there it is. Box B. So we go into a backpack, equip the box, and grab some of the guns we need and unequip the ones we don't need. Yes, that's it. Okay. Normally you would equip a different camo, but I don't. Can talk about this in a later part. Coming up now is a strat that I have stolen from multi-segment speedruns, where we can distract the dog. That guy here sees a box and goes the most unconventional way possible to check out if there really was a box.
Nothing here.
Nothing here? Yeah, of course not, because you went the complete opposite way. I'm gone already. Back there's the truck where that we can use to fast travel. Where are we fast traveling is the question. Right into the main wing of the Shagohod hangar, where we need to place the C3 explosives onto the oil tanks. We shot the wall here because the strat for this is we shoot the wall and these guards are basically running away from us. We don't need to take care of them. There's that one guy. He's a mechanic. And because we pass him in a box, he won't care about us. Because like the scientists, mechanics don't care if there's a walking cardboard box. As long as they don't see a running 2-meter man, it's fine. That was the third C3. That's the fourth and last one. Now we're gonna have the Vulcan 1 fight in a bit. We actually use lethal means for the Vulcan fight. But that's not killing him, because in the story he still lives after that. CKC grab him, throw him in front, and then use the sniper to shoot him from the back. That was phase 1. Phase 2, we roll in front of him. After his attack, we shoot him in these little intervals. That was the Vulcan fight. Now we're entering Bike Chase. Bike Chase is not interesting. It's just we're on a bike and the Shagohod is chasing us. Shagohod is kind of the Metal Gear of this game. And we can damage him already prematurely, as you see in the upper left now already. And for these people, I just like to use a rocket launcher. I've said before, there is a camo that people like to equip when doing that last big menu. And that camo can be one of 3 things. It can be the Oscam camo, which reduces damage by 1/3. It can be the sneaking suit, which reduces damage by 1/2. Or it can be the Cold War camo, which, if you face your enemies, they actually won't shoot you at all. And that way it's also much more... It's also much less risky to just do this entire bike chase with non-lethal means such as stun grenades or the non-lethal sniper that we've gotten from the end. Yeah, at some point I think I just decided, there was a strat that I did where if I would use the Oscam camo, I would have too little of a camo count to pull a strat off, and it did work with the Tiger Stripe camo, and it also made me not do an extra menu. So I just decided I'll just save the time and take a riskier bike chase. And if you do the bike chase section with a rocket launcher, it's actually getting way easier in general. If you have the camo or not, it doesn't really matter. It gets a lot easier with the rocket launcher because you just have such a wide damage area with that. There's gonna be a guard up there. Okay, got him. That was scary. There's gonna be one up there. I hope I get him. I got him. He's dangerous because he has a rocket launcher himself and he will use that, and if he hits me with that, that's like more than half of my health gone. There are 3 guys in total here that have that in that room. Nope, there are 4, but one of them will never hit you. So it's just 3, I guess. Some here that are still chasing us. This is one room before the Shagohod will actually chase us and will damage him enough for the actual boss fight. Okay, this part is a bit slow, not much happening. It's a really huge auto-scroller, sadly. I don't like how Metal Gear games just have those. I like Bike Chase as it's the best auto-scroller in the Metal Gear games because it's at least cinematic. But even that at some points is just annoying. Like when I do practice for these runs or just full attempt runs and I know that my run is already dead at this point, I'll just close the game. Or when I do a practice no reset run. Because after the entirety of Bike Chase, there's not gonna be much to play anyways. It's kind of if you've reached Bike Chase, you've basically gone through the game already. It's how I like to treat it. This is the phase where we can damage the Shagohod. We can deplete his health by 25% in total, which will carry over to his actual boss fight. Like so, and now we just need to hold him off so he doesn't hit us in any way. He's also informing us that we are wasting our unlimited ammo. Or that he didn't feel a thing Which, okay. I'm happy for you. There's a froggy we can shoot. And now we need to take down the explosions on the bridge. Now we need to wait until Eva says he's here. And then the Shaggoth boss fight starts. The Shaggoth boss fight is interesting because we want to keep him in a loop. The loop is really hard to maintain because if you lose it, it's a casual fight. We want to shoot that specific point so he's not moving at all. We see his thread is stunned. As soon as we hear the wheel, we shoot at his back now and then at his thread again. That makes him stunned. And we just repeat that step now. This is really finicky to do, and if you lose it you can get it back, but it's... oh, yep, I kinda lost it. I can still maybe manage it, but... no, it's lost. Yeah, this fight is... I guess it's... we have to acknowledge that it's there. They fixed this fight a lot in Delta. This was still a okay Shaggoth. That was phase 1. Phase 2 goes similarly to phase 1, just that we need to alternate between the threads and Volgin. And that was that.
Nice.
So that fight, yeah, that's a bit of a joke. And now the second part, the second part of Bike Chase starts. Yippee! We are so excited. Yeah, I can't fathom my excitement for this part. It's so fun to play. The entire thing of me not having the Oscam camo on, by the way, is also... it's fine for most rooms. There's just one specific room where it's really dangerous that I don't have these camos on. And that will be the room that's after this one. Which is also why I like to use the rocket launcher, because they have like shields, where if you would shoot with any normal gun, you would mostly just shoot at their shields and they wouldn't get hit by it. And then I tried out what happens if I shoot a rocket launcher at them. Will the explosion get absorbed by the shield as well? And it's just... no, they just explode one hit. So that was the definitive moment when I said I will use the rocket launcher for Bike Chase. This room is about to end in a bit, which I'm very glad of. Then we'll have still 2 more to go before being able to play the game again. There's a rocket launcher guy up there. That's dangerous. Took him out quick. And now that room, these hover guys there, are the ones I've been talking about. We will take a lot of damage in this room. And to prevent that, the best way without a camo that reduces damage in any way is just one-hitting them with the rocket launcher. Need to navigate a bit. Oh, yeah, that can happen if they're too close. We still get we get damage from our own explosion. We do need to know how long the rocket needs to travel until it like gets to them. This is going really good, honestly, so far. I've lost a bit of health. It can definitely be scary. Yesterday I had a run where I was at like less than half of my health already. So it can go like this or it can go much worse. Then we need to take down a Logi. And that was this room already. Oh, that went really good. I barely got hit. But basically, that room is the main reason why it's so important to have the Auscam or Sneaking Suit or Cold War camo on. The third and last room of that bike chase is much more chill in comparison. It's kind of impossible to die here. But even there, I found out a very good way of dying by accident, which is a rocket launcher exclusive way of doing that. Which already implies if you just shoot yourself, of course, but why would you? I can show, or rather tell in a bit, how that can happen, because I would, of course, not like to actually show it. There's some... Okay, got them. Oh, no, there's still one more. So basically the chase group will be on our right. So we need to shoot to our right. And we have these trees passing us. So if I were to shoot now, I would shoot directly into the tree. And I would take a full rocket of damage in my own face. And I've died once that way, and since then I've learned to be more careful about my surroundings, about the trees that I pass. And yeah, that was Bike Chase. I'm glad it's over now. It's a really boring part of the game.
What do you mean that was accelerated? That was exciting.
Yeah. This part is not all too much exciting though, so what we need to do, I hope there is something. Yes, there's something. We need to feed Eva some instant noodles. So basically why we are on foot now and why we need to cure Eva, we had a bike crash. So now we need to walk the rest of the way to the goal. We need to take Eva with us, except for this room. All the rooms except for this one. And all the rooms after that, which is again 2 rooms, we take Eva with us. She's walking slow. We want to be as close to her as possible, but not too close, because if she's too close to us, she will just stop, and that's not good, because then we need to do our hand sign again that she can come towards us, and that's slow. Can see if she can go through the tree. Yep, because what can happen here is if we were too far away from her, she would have just walked around that tree, because she just thinks that is the most optimal line that she can take. Which, oh my god, it's so annoying. I remember when I was running this game on the very easy difficulty, I've messed up a PB because she was walking around some huge stone that was there right on the way, and I didn't even know why she went there, because it made no sense to me that she did that. That's the first room done. The second room will have some guards that we will have to take actually care of. There's one guy to the left here, just a tiptoe headshot, calling Eva towards us already. We do the lean out strat, he won't see us here. That's 3 guards down. Here's a little thing about how geometry in this game works. He does not see us. Apparently there's a full-on wall right here. But we can see through it and also shoot through it. And little frog. Waka waka. Little keratins. There's an old keratin category that I've been meaning to learn at some point. Yeah, that guy down there. We've kicked a plant, and he wants to investigate what he has just heard. And in order to do that, he needs to walk all the way around, go up that hill, look at the plant, and notice it was nothing. I was just talking yesterday about... Oh my god. I was just talking yesterday about it. That is so funny. That is so funny. I was just yesterday talking about how there's no use of holding up that guy, but I've never got detected by that before. And if I will get and if I fail once doing that, I will never do it again. And immediately the day after that happens, I actually cannot believe myself. Oh my god, I am ashamed. I guess it's just the things that can happen. Yeah, no, that's on me. Shooting the Keratin again. Just for my own sanity, I guess. We do that again, except not holding up the guy. So there's that guy there that we have to shoot, and that guy. And this one will move all the way around. And Eva will follow us. So as I said, we actually don't need to take out that guy. Need to be careful that Eva is walking towards us. Now, look, she wants to go around the tree trunk there, and it's like, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Yeah, we did not have to take out this guy. It's just today is the day where I won't try and hold him up anymore. Now we have the final boss in the game. And what's the boss called? Right, the boss. She will charge towards us. We'll have to counter her. We'll make use of the non-lethal sniper here to give her 2 headshots. Oh, I missed. That's unfortunate. We're gonna restart the fight real quick. I wanna show this off.
Did you really think I would fall for that? Stop playing.
I do wanna show this off.
Get ready.
All right. One. Oh my. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate. It's also, if you fail the strats, it's not really possible to get it back.
Get ready.
We'll see if I can get it now, hopefully. There we go. Then we slam her on the ground, we grab a stun grenade, throw it in the air. She will get stunned, but we won't because we turned around already. We do that again, we throw on the ground after the 2 headshots, we throw a stun into the air again. Headshot number 1, headshot number 2, slam on the ground. Now we will shoot her head as she's laying on the ground. We'll roll away for a bit, go towards her, she will charge us, we counter her. 1 headshot, 2 headshots, and that's the fight. That's not time yet, though. That's not time yet. We'll have time in just a bit. We'll have this unskippable cutscene here, and then we need to do a shot. That's also not time then. It's a bit anticlimactic. That's the moment you defeat her, it's not time for a marathon, because that's not the last button input. But yeah, basically that was the speed run. It went a bit downhill, downhill, uphill, both hills basically.
Yeah.
Some stupid mistakes that I've made. But these things can happen, especially in European Extreme. Except maybe that last thing where I got seen, because that was completely on me. And I could have still salvaged that, but I was panicking way too much. I will say, however, that time will be coming up shortly. If I've sparked any interest in running this game or Metal Gear games generally, you can join the Metal Gear Speedrunners Discord server MGSR. It's linked on all the Metal Gear Speedrun.com leaderboards. That was that shot, that's still not time. And right here we will pick the left revolver and time will be in... get ready... now.
Time.
That last shot that we do. And that's the run.
GG.
That's the run completely. Yeah, GG. I enjoyed doing that run.
Wow. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything you want to say before we end it off? Anything you want to show the viewer?
I don't have to say much. I just want to say that thanks for having me. I already shouted out the Metal Gear Speedrunner server, and if you want to see more of me, I'm Calista on Twitch. I run Metal Gear Solid 3. At the moment, I also run A Plague Tale: Innocence, the PC 80% category. And at some point, I've been also meaning to look into Signalis speedruns. But yeah, you can find me there.
Alright.
And thanks for having me.
Alrighty. Thank you for running.
I hereby award
Right.
you the
With
title
that being said,
Big Boss.
let's watch a little bit more of this cutscene. Why not?
I basically just don't want to go into the credits because the credits are they'll mute VODs basically, the credit song.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
just won't go there. Yeah.
Okay, tell me when to transition.
You can transition whenever. We're
Okay.
done.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.